Donald Trump has finally erased Joe Biden's advantage in fundraising. What is up, people of the internet? It is me, Real American, back again with a new video, and today it is time to talk about the 2024 presidential election because it appears that Donald Trump has finally erased Joe Biden's fundraising advantage. Yeah, that's right. Remember just 2 to 3 months ago when people said the Trump campaign is going bankrupt and he's going to lose the presidency because of it? Remember that? Because I certainly remember the past 2 to 3 months, the same people just repeating the same talking points over and over and over again, like 100 times. And just like virtually every other narrative that surrounds the Trump campaign, it turns out it was complete bullshit. Now, before we continue with today's video, I hope you enjoy these type of videos. If you do, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Again, folks, all support is greatly appreciated, and yeah. Now, let us get into it, because I cannot believe that even the New York Times is talking about this. Like, remember 2 months ago, we were reading article after article about, yeah, the Trump campaign is going bankrupt, they're not going to win because of it, it's over. Yeah, I remember seeing, like, 500 articles, like the same crap in every single one of them. Well, now, they're admitting, oh, wait a minute, this quote-unquote cash advantage Biden had is officially gone. So let's get into it. Former President Donald Trump outraised President Biden for the second consecutive month in May, outpacing his successor by roughly $81 million in donations over the last 2 months. Yeah, it wasn't just $5 he outraised Biden by. No. He outraised him by $81 million. And remember, this doesn't even account for June. This is just April and May. Now, granted, the conviction happened on, what, May 30th? But that's at the end of the month. So there wasn't much time for Trump to fundraise, and even with that in mind, he raised a shitload of money. We're not talking about just a little bit. I mean, you're talking about $81 million. Less than 2 months after Mr. Biden's shared operation with the DNC had a roughly $100 million cash advantage over Mr. Trump and the RNC, the situation is now reversed, according to the two campaigns. Mr. Biden entered June with $212 million on hand, combined with the party. The Trump operation and the RNC had $235 million. Yeah, just in a couple of months, not only did Trump outraise Biden, but now he has more cash on hand than Biden and the Democrats by $20 million. And we should assume that this should only grow because the June fundraising numbers should be very good because this is post-guilty verdict. We should be seeing a huge number for Trump in June. The fact that now Biden is actually being outraised now, that's not good. Because the whole argument that people were making was, well, Biden can outraise Trump by hundreds of millions of dollars and he's going to win because of it. Well, he's spent how much money so far? Seriously. Because I believe it was upwards of like $200 million or something crazy like that. It's like, wait, you've spent $200 million or something like that. It could be like $150 million, but either way, he spent a lot of money, especially compared to Trump, who's so far spent really nothing. But despite that, Trump is leading virtually everywhere and is doing very good in states like Minnesota, states like Virginia. So theoretically, if Trump is now fundraising more than Biden, shouldn't that mean Trump is going to experience a surge in 2 months? I am not saying that's going to happen because I think that's just delusional because, well, fundraising isn't everything. But the fact that Democrats were saying for months that while the polling is bad for Biden, he's going to win because of fundraising. Now they're saying, no, fundraising doesn't actually matter. That's not even a joke. They're actually saying the fundraising doesn't matter and actually Biden's going to win because of democracy or something. They're coping. They're delusional. The fact that they said 2 months ago that he's going to win because of fundraising, but now they're saying it doesn't matter. They're scared. They're delusional. They have no clue what the hell is going on. But now that Trump has a fundraising advantage, I don't know what to say. Because that was the one thing Biden had going for him going into November. That he had a massive fundraising edge. Now he doesn't. Mr. Trump's joint operation had outraised Mr. Biden's by $141 million to $85 million in May. Yeah, in 1 month, they outraised Biden's campaign by $60 million, after they brought in $25 million more in April. The point is, now we're getting closer to the election, and actually Trump is surging to fundraising. Now, you could argue, well, that's because of the guilty verdict. That's why he raised so much. Well, okay, maybe. But the reality is, we're probably going to see an even bigger number in June, if that's the case. Because the guilty verdict happened on what, May 29th, May 30th? Right at the end of May. And even with that, I mean, just 2 to 3 days or whatever it was, he outraised Biden by $60 million. That's a lot of money. So if the same logic applies to June, it could be even more because they have more time to fundraise. Mr. Trump's principal campaign committee also had more cash than Mr. Biden's, $116 million to $91 million, according to the Federal Election Commission filings. So even the main campaign committee, not just, the RNC or whatever, no, the actual campaign for Trump is outraising Biden's campaign. So they can't use the cope of, well, actually, it's big money saving Trump. Nope. These are the main campaign committees they're using. And even with that, Trump is still winning. The full accounting of both sides' finances will be made public in federal filings next month, but the combination of Mr. Trump's improved fundraising and Mr. Biden's heavy spending on advertising this spring appears to put the two sides on a path to enter the summer relatively close. Oh, so that's a cope now that, 3 months ago, Biden's going to win because of fundraising, but now it actually doesn't matter because they're tied. Really? That's the cope Democrats are using. That, yeah, fundraising actually doesn't matter that much. Yes, Trump is raising a lot more money now, and that should scare people, said Brian Derrick, a strategist who found a Democratic fundraising platform called Oath. But at the end of the day, Biden has the funds that he needs to run a really strong campaign. A Democrat strategist admitted, oh yeah, by the way, Trump is raising money. And he copes with, it doesn't actually matter because, Biden still has funds, and he can win because of it. That's a really convincing argument. Really? I guarantee you the same person 6 months ago was saying, well, it's over for Trump because he has a fundraising disadvantage that he can't overcome. There's no way he can beat Biden now. Mr. Trump has narrowed the gap by bringing in a deluge of online donations after his criminal conviction in New York on May 30th. So yeah, on May 30th was when the conviction occurred, and, well, guess what? That's only like 2 days before May ends. So with that in mind, the fact that Trump raised, what was it, $53 million in 24 hours and $70 million in 48 hours, that should mean that, yeah, June is going to be even better than May. At the conclusion of the Republican primary race, the Biden campaign and its allies had argued that for all the president's electoral vulnerabilities, nagging inflation, poor approval ratings, and lingering concerns about his age, one clear advantage would be cash. And yeah, we've heard about this for months. It was the campaign itself saying that, yeah, we're fine, we're going to win because of money. It doesn't matter what people think about the economy. People are going to vote for Biden because of advertising. They really thought that. That was their entire strategy. Focus everything on democracy and saying, well, we have cash, therefore we're going to win. Even if the edge has since evaporated, the Biden campaign says it used its early financial lead to build a political infrastructure in battleground states that will pay dividends in November. Sounds familiar, doesn't it? That's the same cope the Simps used back in January, remember? They said, we're going to win Iowa because of, the ground game, because of abortion. We're going to win because of it. Trump has not spent any time in Iowa. We're going to win because of it. It's the same argument. They have a bunch of field offices. Right here, they claim they have 200 offices in those swing states. Who frickin' cares? Honestly. As of now, they're not working, obviously, because you're still losing everywhere. So, if you're using the same argument the DeSantis campaign used just 5 months ago to say that you're actually going to win and we're in a good spot right now, ignore every metric, everyone. Ignore the polling. Ignore everything. We're going to win because of field offices. The fact that they copied and pasted the DeSantis campaign's argument like this is pathetic. Like, seriously? You're going to win because of field offices? Really. Again, they're important, fine, but to say that everything's fake, we're gonna win because of them is delusional. That's the definition of copium. You're gonna lose at this rate. And you really think you're gonna win because of having more field offices? Congratulations. You're spending hundreds of millions of dollars, and as of now, it hasn't worked. That's the key. They've had this fundraising advantage for months. They've spent hundreds of millions of dollars, and as of now, it's clear in the polling. There's no sign of a Biden surge. Nothing. He's not surging. There's no sign of it. What's in the FEC report does not translate to boots on the ground tomorrow. Oh, really? So it mattered 5 months ago when you had a fundraising advantage of like 5 million or whatever. But now that Trump has a massive fundraising advantage that frankly just got rid of that entire lead you had, it now doesn't matter. That's the Biden campaign in a nutshell. They use one metric that favored them the entire time, but the second it, goes against them, they now say, it doesn't matter. We're going to win no matter what. It doesn't matter how much money Trump has. We're going to win because Orange Man bad. That's the argument they're using for all of this. They're just ignoring that now Trump has a fundraising advantage. I'm not saying Trump's going to win just because of fundraising. That's always a stupid argument. But to outright deny the fact that you've had this advantage for months, hell, a year at this point, and before now, you were still losing. But now Trump has a financial advantage. Wouldn't that help him? Wouldn't that give him some kind of a boost if we're using the same argument? It should, but these people don't care. They have no clue what the hell they're talking about. They just cannot accept that, oh, wait, the one advantage we had, which was inflated, by the way, because, remember, Biden was declared the nominee for the Democrats like a year ago at this point. So that's why he was able to fundraise way more than Trump. Trump was declared the nominee like 2 months ago or whatever. And that's a big reason why we're seeing Trump having a surge in fundraising. Now, obviously, the conviction definitely helped Trump, but he was already starting to pick up steam beforehand because that's how campaign finance law works in America. He was declared the nominee, therefore, he's able to fundraise way more than before. But we just got to see what happens. I find it hilarious that the Biden campaign has no clue how to handle this because they really thought they were going to outraise Trump by $5 billion and they were going to win because of it. But now, they're actually behind Trump. But anyways, folks, thank you so much for watching. If you guys did enjoy this video, smash the like button down below, subscribe, share with your friends, hit that little bell, follow the social media accounts in the description down below, and of course, join the channel today. Godspeed to all of you.